She just wants to be beautiful. She goes unnoticed. She knows no limit. She craves attention. She praises an image. She prays to be sculpted by the sculptor. Oh, she don't see a light that's shining deeper than the eyes can find it. Maybe we made a blind soul. She tries to cover up her pain, to cut her wounds away. 'Cause cover girls don't cry after their face is made. But there's a hole that's waiting for you in the dark. You should know you're beautiful just the way you are. And you don't have to change a thing, the world can change its heart. No scars, so you're beautiful. With stars, and we're beautiful. Oh, oh, oh. And you don't have to change a thing, the world can change its heart. No scars, so you're beautiful. With stars, and we're beautiful. She has dreams to be an envy, so she's starring, you know, cover girls ain't nothing. She says beauty is pain and their beauty in everything. Wants a little bit of hunger, I can go a little bit longer. She fades away, she don't see she's perfect. She don't understand she's worth it. All that beauty cuts deeper than the surface. Oh, oh. So to all the girls that's hurting, let me be your mirror, help you see a little bit clearer. The light that shines within, there's a hole that's waiting for you in the dark. You should know you're beautiful just the way you are. And you don't have to change a thing, the world can change its heart. No scars, so you're beautiful. With stars, we're beautiful. Oh, 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 oh. And you don't have to change a thing, the world can change its heart. No scars, so you're beautiful. With stars, and we're beautiful. No better you than the you that you are. No better you than the you that you are. No better left in the life we're living. No better left in the life we're living. No better time to shine, you're a star. Oh, you're beautiful. Oh, you're beautiful. You should know you're beautiful just the way you are. And you don't have to change a thing, the world can change its heart. No scars, so you're beautiful. With stars, and we're beautiful. Oh, 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 oh. And you don't have to change a thing, the world can change its heart. No scars, so you're beautiful. With stars, and we're beautiful. Thank you very much. First of all, my name is Michelle Galvez, and I want to give thanks to God for giving me this opportunity. To my grandpa, he's with me from the sky, to my tia Elvia, to my mom, to my dad, to my grandma, and to all the women, all la Latinas women. Thank you so much. Un mensaje que quiero dar, a message that I want to say is, if you have a dream and somebody's telling you that you can't do it, you can do it. You are who you are. Nobody can tell you what to do. Their name isn't your name. You are your name, and nobody can give you a label because you are a Latina. You are a woman that can make their dream accomplished. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Un aplauso para esta talentosa joven de aquí, de la ciudad de Newark, Michelle Galvez. At this time, Michelle, if you want to stand for the national anthem. At this time, I'm going to ask everyone to please rise once again Let's welcome Michelle, a very talented young Latina from Colombia, from our city. Please stand for the national anthem of United States of America.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets recognize the bomb bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Thank you so much.
Please, I'm going to ask everyone to please remain standing. At this time, we're going to welcome Lisette Morales, Assistant Vice President and Branch Manager from Investors Bank, for the opening prayer.
God bless you all. Michelle, that was absolutely inspiring. Que Dios te bendiga, Saúl. All right. A farmer went out to sow his seed. As he was scattering the seed, some fell along the path, and the birds came and ate it up. Some fell on rocky places where it did not have much soil. It sprang up quickly because the soil was shallow. But when the sun came up, the plants were scorched, and they withered because they had no root. Other seed fell among thorns, which grew up and choked the plants. Still, other seed fell on good soil, where it produced a crop, 160 or 30 times what was sown. Whoever has ears, let them hear. Let us bow our heads and pray. Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Father, I come to you with thanks. I thank you for the individuals, the young women that are here, the young students that are here, the young professionals, and the professionals that are just here taking their time to spend with each other. Father, I thank you for giving me the opportunity to stand in front of every one of these beautiful women and be able to bring your glory here, Father. Father, I want to ask you that any seed that you would provide from your glory, Lord, that they will be provided here and they would grow and grow with roots that are deep down, Father. Father, I want to lift up anyone here who is in need, who is in your need, any family here who is in your need, Lord. Anyone who is here who is in need of encouragement, anyone who is here in need of an answer, Lord, Father, I ask that you provide that for us, Lord. I want to thank you for bringing Deputy Mayor Jacqueline Quiles here to be able to provide such a wonderful opportunity for us. Mayor Raz Baraka, I pray that you continue to lead him, to guide their steps. Any dignitary that is here, Lord, they need you, and they need you to provide guidance, especially at moments like this, Father. Father, I ask you, anyone here who has family members in Puerto Rico, remind them that you are God, Father, to stand still, Father, and let you and your glory be shown. Father, anyone who has family members in Mexico, Father, I ask you, I lift them up to you. You are the one, the Alpha and the Omega, Father, the one from the beginning and the one till the end, Father. You are the only one who can provide. Let us stand here in faith and wait on you, Father. Father, we love you. We thank you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Lisa. You may have a seat. Good morning, all. On behalf of the City of Newark and our Honorable Mayor Ross J. Baraka, we welcome you all to the 3rd Annual Latina Empowerment Brunch in this beautiful hotel, Robert Street. Un aplauso para todas ustedes. Before we continue to the program, I want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors and companies that supported all the events this 2017. I have no words to describe the gratitude that I have towards you. Please give a round of applause to Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield that is here in the right side of the building. Marlene, thank you, and your team. You guys are amazing. That table in my right side, a table full of Latinas that I'm so proud of you girls. Thank you. Thank you for your support. We also want to thank Investors Bank, Lisette Morales. And of course, we want to thank the #1 radio station, Mega 97.9, 93.1, and the TV station, Univision. We also have Molly Aucielo from WellCare. Molly, you here? She's all the way in the back. She's little, but let me tell you, that's the power of a Puerto Rican woman. Thank you, Molly. We are honored also to have the future of our city, you guys. That's why I want everyone to please give it up for Luis Muñoz Marin School, Rafael Hernandez, Science Park High School, Technology High School. There's only 10 of them and they're very loud. First Avenue School, American History High School, Rutgers, New Jersey Medical School, Essex County College, Dr. Harton School, Barringer Academy, Abington School, McKinley School, my school, Eastside High School, our high school, Park Elementary, the Newark Explorers. We also want to thank la Casa de Don Pedro y el grupo de violencia doméstica that are here. Focus is here also. Y mi gente, todos nosotros sabemos la tragedia que nuestro país, Puerto Rico, está pasando junto a México. Así que en estos instantes yo quiero pedirles una vez más que se pongan en pie para darle un minuto de silencio a todas las personas que ya no están con nosotros, a todas las personas que actualmente están en el hospital en Puerto Rico tratando de sobrevivir, a todos los oficiales que han viajado para apoyar a Puerto Rico, para que Dios los proteja. Vamos a tomar un minuto de silencio en honor a Puerto Rico, México, las Islas Vírgenes y todos los estados en Estados Unidos que han sido afectados por estas tormentas y huracanes que han pasado. Un minuto de silencio, por favor. Muchas gracias. Para hablarle un poco de todo lo que estamos haciendo para recaudar fondos para las personas afectadas. At this time, I'm going to bring someone very special to me. She is being my right hand. She's always there for me, and she's another Puerto Rican woman that I look up to. At this time, please welcome Dr. Yolanda Mendez.
Good morning, buenos dias. Now you can do better than that. Good morning, or is it afternoon? Good afternoon. It is so wonderful to stand before you all, elegant, smart, wonderful young ladies. Give yourselves a round of applause. On behalf of the Newark Public Schools, we greet you today, and I am here to just briefly chat with all of you, welcoming you here today, young ladies, because this is really important. When we come together, we are strong. I am so looking forward to hearing these wonderful women share with us today about who they are. I ask that you listen, you take home with you whatever strikes a chord, because I hope that when you leave today, you can tell yourself, I can be just like fill in the blank, because you can. I hope that when you leave here, you take at least one thing, and that is that as a woman, as a young lady, you are mighty. You are strong and beautiful. So I hope that you gain a lot of insight today. It is an honor to be before you. When Deputy Mayor Quiles came to me and said, I need to meet because we're going to do the Latina Empowerment event again, and I want to get as many young ladies as I can, I said, we are on board with the Newark Public Schools because this is important. And then, as we mentioned before, many of us know that we have families from Puerto Rico, some of which we have not been able to get in contact with. And even if we don't have families in Puerto Rico, it is important that we come together to help, because as I mentioned before, together we can make a difference. Together we can have an impact. At your tables, you will see 2 sheets of paper that I want to bring your attention to. One of them is a sign-up sheet, which basically is going to ask you for your name, your age, school, email, and phone number. It basically is a way for us to contact you. You can make a difference, ladies. It doesn't really matter your age. You are important. We are going to have events in the city where we're going to come together to collect items that are in such dire need in the island of Puerto Rico, and we need your hands, we need your bodies to help us collect these items and get them together so that we can get them to our families and the people in need of Puerto Rico. If you are interested in volunteering, ladies, we ask that you fill this out with information before you leave and leave it at the table. Then we want you to take this with you, which is a permission form, and have your parent fill it out, because on October 7th, there will be an event where we will be collecting items, and if you're interested in coming, we ask that you come, but you cannot come without this paper, which says that your parents say it's okay for you to come. So we ask that you bring this with you completed, okay? So ladies, once again, I want to welcome you on behalf of the Newark Public Schools. I hope you gain a great deal from this event, this wonderful event, and the wonderful things you're going to hear from these ladies. And remember, you matter, you are important, and you can make a difference. Have a wonderful luncheon.
Thank you. We also want to acknowledge our Senator Teresa Ruiz and Assemblywoman Pinto. They were just here. We also want to acknowledge Margarita Muñiz from the Newark Public School. Bueno, y ahora vamos a empezar el programa porque tenemos unas mujeres extraordinarias que están aquí con nosotros. Me siento muy contenta de tenerlas aquí. Para mí es un honor. Y vamos a empezar con ellas porque queremos oír sus mensajes. And we're going to start with our keynote speaker. Her name is Caridad de la Cruz, known as La Bruja. She is a poet, actor, activist who recently performed in the play I Like It Like That as China Rodriguez. She's one of the top 20 Puerto Rican women everyone should know. And today I am honored to finally meet her. I look up to her. She's such a strong boricua, apasionada, luchadora. Ladies and gentlemen, please, well, just ladies, please help me welcome Caridad de la Cruz, La Bruja.
Good morning, good morning. Buenos dias. It's an honor to be here. I am a Puerto Rican woman, and I still have not heard from my father. And I feel very emotional, but it was important to me to come here to speak with all of you, because no matter how hard life is, we always have to get up and fight the good fight. And I know that we all get up, we have our days that are good days, and we have some bad days too. Some days we may not want to get up, but it's important that you do, because there's so many people out there that need you. You may not feel important, but each and every one of you are. You each have magic inside of you. I know a lot of people wonder, why would I call myself La Bruja, right? How many of you are like, what? Oh my God, La Bruja? Really? But I'm a good bruja. My last name is de la Luz. My father, Pedro de la Luz. So I consider myself a bruja de la luz because I use poetry. Poetry is what saved my life. Poetry was that thing that gave me the freedom to be me. The freedom. And it was my great-grandmother, Adelaida Cataquet Montalvo, that taught me how to recite poetry, even though she didn't know how to read or write. She knew how to recite. And it was Mama that would teach me when I was 3 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old, how to recite poetry. And she passed away when I was 10 years old. And at 10 is when I decided I'm gonna be a poet like Mama was. And I carry her as my angel, my poetic angel, everywhere that I go. And she really has been an angel to me, because through poetry, I've traveled the world. I have been on stages all over, places I never thought I would be. The Apollo, I was there. I mean, I've done things in Puerto Rico, sang with Tito Nieves, with La India. I mean, met Oprah, worked with Spike Lee, Russell Simmons. I've done all of those things, and it was because of poetry. How many people do you know that can make a career out of poetry? Not many, but you can. And I'm proof that you can, if you really love to do it. Anything that you really, really love to do, you can do. And I welcome our mayor, whose father, may he rest in peace, Amiri Baraka, was one of my favorite poets. And I was able to sit with his father, recite, travel, perform, all because of poetry. Poetry changed my life. And I didn't stop just at writing poetry. I've written songs, I have albums. If you have Spotify, look up La Bruja, Brujalicious, there's an album there. For Which It Stands, there's an album there. I've written plays, I've written movies, I've written stories. I just write and write and write, and whenever I get a chance, I recite. And I don't care if there's 2 people in the room or 2,000 people in the room. I do it with my heart my soul, my spirit, and with all the love that I've got. So I'm born and raised in the Boogie Down Bronx, so I'm a New Yorican. Yes. Pero mami and papi me mandaba para Puerto Rico every summer. Y en Manatí me quedaba every summer con abuelita y abuelito. Ahí, abuelita, desgranando gandules. Yo la amo y le di todo lo que pude. Y hasta hoy yo le doy respeto como mi reina. Y que le den todo en lo que se empeña. Todas las veces que me cuidaba y me aconsejaba, tan preocupada con todos los daños que tiene el mundo y su amor tan profundo como el mar hasta el hondo, sin fin como su espíritu, canciones del coquí cantó brillando con su cultura bonita. Aquí viene mi abuelita, la tristeza y dolor me quita, me limpiaba cuando niña chiquita. Aquí viene mi abuelita. You have to honor your elders. Honor them. And don't let the suit fool you. I only wore this for the mayor, but I'm an MC and I get hip hop down. Anybody like hip hop? Rhymes? Not many Latinas do that, but I do. And I'd like to share a little bit of rhymes with you, if that's cool. Anybody open to that? Cool. This is called For Which It Stands, because they've asked me, why would you call yourself La Bruja? For which it stands. And it goes like this. A little girl with big dreams down these streets so mean. She believed that her destiny meant she'd succeed. And even though the odds seemed they were stacked up against her, few people could see what she had in her center. Her mental capacity was exposed to tragedy, surviving the insanity as strong as she had to be. Her crew and family believed in her too. Underground is where she grew, Boogie Down, Soundview. Where teachers wouldn't recognize her as a real writer, but deep down inside her, a magical fire burned and devoured the negative around her. The voice from inside her was louder than the doubters, so she remained empowered, blossomed like a flower, stood tall as a tower amongst phonies and cowards that all would give her pounds at the witching hour, because she wouldn't give up, and now she couldn't be prouder. They wanted the fame when she earned the name. They wanted the bling. She just wanted to sing. They wanted things selling out for their dreams. She wanted peace and love for human beings. They wanted something they could pump in the truck. She wanted something that was honest from the gut. And they wanted something that the kids would repeat. And she wanted something to instill some belief. Said she couldn't cut it, said that she was too deep. And all that consciousness would put people to sleep. Some dreams were shot down as they tried to deceive her. She had plans for big things, but they wouldn't believe her. They told her that they doubted if she would ever achieve it. Now those very same people couldn't be any sweeter. It wasn't easy either, but if you're a true believer, you could be or inspire a future world leader. Thank you. There's a third verse to that. You want to hear the little third verse? I'll give you the third. Because this is all true. It's very hard to put your life in a verse, and I really did try my best. So this is all true, and this is the last verse of For Which It Stands. I wrote my name on an open mic list to spit. It was a lunar eclipse. It was 1996. April 3rd, my spoken word the first time was heard, and I emerged as a New Yorican poet. I didn't even have a flow yet. Bobito hosted. The seed was planted since then. I just had to grow it. From the time I was 5, when I learned to recite from my ma, who herself couldn't read or even write. She was my beacon of light. She changed the course of my life. She saw my mom become a wife on Halloween night. So no, I don't kill chickens or do voodoo pin sticking. And my mission isn't wicked, superstition or Wiccan. No Spanish Inquisitions, no spooky premonitions, no treating, no tricking. It's just oral tradition. I only spell with words, verbal incantation. So after this, don't ask again what the name meant. You guys are so sweet. I really am so honored to be here. I really, really am. Like, what else can I say? We need each other now more than ever. I mean, I do get political. A lot of people don't like for artists to be political, but I consider myself an activist. I'm an activist. I'm an actress, I'm a poet, I'm an MC, I'm a bruja, I'm an activist. I try to make magic happen. And right now we are struggling politically with our leadership. And I wrote a poem recently, and I would like to share it. It's called The Trump Card. I don't know this one by heart, but I think it's really important to share. I know your dad would have wanted me to share this. And it's no bashing. I'm not here to bash. I'm just here to speak the truth as I see it. Because being honest is a very difficult thing. And if you can be a woman of your word, not just a woman of word, a woman of your word, you will move mountains in life. And doing the right thing is not always popular. So if you find yourself alone, it's okay. Because the masses don't do the right thing. I only wish they would. But if we plant seeds of truth and positivity, it'll catch on. But don't be afraid to do the right thing, to be honest, and stand alone if you have to. Because I have stood alone many times, and I don't regret it once. Pools of tears have left us without one dry eye, long enough portrayed as the small fish to fry. From being the insomniacs of the American dream to becoming the Leviathans in the mainstream. We can no longer be thought of as illegal, alien, or minority. We'd be considered an authority by seniority if examined historically. The irony and hypocrisy of immigration reform is that this great nation on the backs of immigrants was born when Spanish names became how some states were formed. Florida, Colorado, Nevada, Montana. Don't let the drop of the ñ fool you. We are not invisible, though our connection is spiritual. We are the red earth of Colorado and the flowers of Florida. We are the mountains in Montaña and the snow that falls in Nevada. We've been pressed to self-deport, so through the arts we self-report, forcing the national narrative to no longer fall short, minimizing our contributions, challenging our self-esteem. We were not granted the DREAM Act, but it did not stop us from acting upon our dreams. Inspiring true democracy and breaking down the walls so that America can truly be great once and for all. We have been changing the face of the United States, not just the stereotypical landscape from the Native Americans placed on reservations to the African tribes forced onto the slave ships. A modern America must be accountable to hold sacred its promise of freedom and anti-segregation. From liberty, justice, and equality, we shall not be barred. We must travel the long road, though times may get hard. Our vote, our value, our voice can no longer be ignored. And some say it won't suit them, but we hold the Trump card. Thank you. Thank you. If you'd like to follow me, all you young ladies, I have a very nice Instagram, La Bruja NYC. I post all of my things. I host open mics, so if there's anybody interested in performing, follow me. You will get your chance. I promise you that. I have been working very hard to pave a way so that all of you ladies can have your day. So thank you. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you for having me. Thank you. I have to go because I'm part of a radio show with Rosie Perez and Sixto Ramos on the Luis Jimenez Network. Yeah. And it's in Jersey, luckily, so I'm gonna hop on my broom and jet over there. But again, bless you all. I treasure you all you beautiful, talented, magical beings. Go out there and change the world for the good. We need you. Thank you.
Let's give it up for Caridad de la Cruz, la bruja. Then I tell you, girls, she was powerful. Thank you for coming, Caridad. You inspire all of us. Mi gente, we have a fearless leader que acaba de convertir a la ciudad de Newark en una ciudad santuario y que actualmente ayer dio su comunicado de prensa diciendo que va a enviar servicio de emergencia para Puerto Rico. Él está al frente de los latinos. He's not scared to fight. He's in the front run, fighting for our Latino community and our Latinas. This is the third annual Latina Empowerment Brunch. Thanks to the great mayor of the city of Newark, Mayor Ross J. Baraka. Please welcome him.
Oh, okay. Got some theme music. So I just want to thank the Deputy Mayor, first of all, Jacqueline Quiles, for putting this together. It's an incredible event. You ladies look wonderful out there, that's for sure. And let's give La Bruja another round of applause, please, for coming and blessing us with her presence and her incredible words. And her poetry is definitely inspiring and encouraging, and you definitely should check it out, and hopefully it helped you find your voice. And one thing she did say that I think I want to touch on just a little bit in a brief time that I have here is the difficulties that are going on around this country, and it is important for us here in Newark and wherever we are to be together. Right? It's important for us to be together. It's important for us to help each other, to organize and look out for one another and make sure our families are okay. We feel like in Newark that there should have been a better and louder and quicker response from other people when disaster struck our neighbors in Puerto Rico, in Dominica, in the U.S. Virgin Islands and all these places. But we know that because we're from Brick City, that we don't wait for other people to do things for us, that we're going to do things for ourselves, right? And so if we have a problem, it's our job to solve it. So it doesn't do us any good to just complain about the people who are not doing what they're supposed to do. It helps us step up to the plate so we can do what we need to do for our own self and our own communities. That being said, I want to plug October the 8th at the Flamboyant at 6 o'clock. Hopefully you tell your family members and everybody to come out and participate. We're doing a fundraiser for relief for Hurricane Maria, and I don't know if I was supposed to talk about that, but I'm using this as an opportunity to plug that. I think it's incredibly important, and if you have Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or all the stuff you ladies do on your social media, use that as an opportunity to put this out, to market the fact that we're having this fundraiser, and we need as many people to get there as possible, because we want to make sure that when history is told, that Newark is not left out. That when history is told, that Newark was on the right side of the right issues, and that we stood there when people needed us the most, that we were there. So it's not enough to just talk about it. We have to show something and do something about it. And so that's what we're doing here in this city. And ultimately, I want to say to you that we need you to be more vocal. All of you young ladies that are out here, we need you to be more vocal, more engaged, more involved. We need you to express yourself, express your culture, speak your language, your dance, your activities. We need that in our community. It makes our city more humane, right? It makes it more democratic. It makes it more diverse. It makes it more equal, and it provides equity. We need you to do that, and we need you to realize that God made you Latina on purpose, right? And that's important for you to know, right? Yeah, Dios te hizo Latina a propósito, right? I hope that's right. Is that right? On purpose, right? He made you on purpose. Eres hermosa a propósito, right? You are beautiful on purpose because God made you this way on purpose, right? It's not a mistake. It's not an accident, right? It's a plus of who you are, how you were created, from the texture of your hair, your lips, your nose, your eyes, the way you speak. The fact that you can speak more than one language is a plus. It's not a minus, right? These are things that you need to understand that makes you more powerful, that gives you opportunity to have things that other people don't have. And you should embrace that and never shrink to make other people feel powerful. Never hide to make other people feel comfortable. Never take your talents that God gave you and put them in your pocket and put it behind your back so that other people can feel comfortable with their mediocrity, right? Make sure that you shine all of the time. And when you walk in a room, people know you are present. They know you are present not because you talk loud or because you create problems, because your presence is powerful in and of itself, right? People need to know that, and our city needs to know that. So that being said, I love the opportunity that Jackie and everybody is putting together for you young ladies here. But we need you to come out of these rooms, come out of these schools, come out of these halls of institutions, and come into the city and engage what's happening here. Be a part of what is going on in this community and make your voices heard. And hopefully, I'll see you and your families October the 8th at the Flamboyant. The city is also sending our own police and fire over to Puerto Rico. We're sending our own people. So we're not waiting for the National Guard or the state or the Army or anybody. We're going to send our own folks over there because I feel like we play baseball. We have these sister city relationships, and people don't need your friendship when they're doing good, right? People don't need your friendship when they're doing good. People need your friendship when times are rough. So if we're a sister city and we can hang out with them and play baseball, when they need us the most, we need to show up and show out and let them know we're real friends over here in the city of Newark. God bless y'all. Have an incredible, incredible, incredible luncheon.
Let's hear it once again for the mayor of the city of Newark, Mayor Ross Baraka. And like Dr. Mendez said before, you have the permission slips in your table. If you want to volunteer the 8th, you're more than welcome to be part of the Mayor Ross Baraka efforts to send relief to Puerto Rico. So please be part of this amazing event and let's help Puerto Rico. Bueno, we're going to continue the program with a lovely lady, Gloria B. She has a long history with CBS in New York City. She is known as the Queen of the Middays, and she is one of the most popular New York City personalities. Y yo le escucho todos los días por 93.1. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome de Ecuador, Gloria B.
Gracias, mi querida Jacqueline, así es, 1,000,000 de gracias. I'm going to do this in both languages, yes. Mis padres son del Ecuador, de la mitad del mundo, un lugar que se llama Guayaquil, but I was born in Brooklyn, so I'm a Brooklyn girl, so we're going to do this bilingual because that's the number one thing I want to start saying. First of all, I know she's gone, pero Caridad, la bruja, after she was up there, we're all thinking, I don't want to be after her, right? Pero bueno, number one, always feel proud of who you are, where you come from. It doesn't matter what part, South America, Central America, the Caribbean. One of the biggest blessings, and I always thank my parents for this, I was born in Brooklyn. I went to a school where there was only 3 Latinas out of the whole 8th graders. I'll never forget that. But my parents always taught me one thing. Always feel proud of your roots. Speak Spanish. You always have to, thank God for them. I work at the #1 station, which is 93.1 Amor. Así es que de verdad, todo el mundo debe aprender a hablar el español. Feel free, just talk, and feel proud of where you come from. So now I'm going to tell you a little bit about me. I started radio. I never knew I was going to be in radio. Jamás. Never. I was a single mother working as a waitress in New York City by the World Trade Center. My daughter, being a single mother, was my #1 motivation. So I had to do whatever I had to do to provide for my daughter. So being a waitress one day, 2 gentlemen walked in. This was back in 93, okay? So I was like 20-something. They walked in and was like, oh, you know what? You have a good radio voice. I'm like, me? Come on, what are you talking about? I don't have a radio voice. I never even thought about working in radio. The most I ever did, like many of us, grabbed a brush and we would sing in front of a mirror, thinking that we were all cool. But they believed in me and they gave me that great opportunity. 23 years later, here I am. What I'm trying to say is, many times we don't know cuál es el don que nosotros tenemos. We don't know what are our gifts. But whatever it is, you guys have to continue. You have to believe that anything in this world is possible. Anything in this world is possible. So my motivation was my little daughter, which now my daughter is 32 years old. I can't even believe my daughter's 32. My daughter is 32. I have 3 kids. But she was the reason why. She motivated me day after day, day after day, to become who I am today. And you know what? Your girls are beautiful. It doesn't matter if you're in junior high school. Doesn't matter what people say. It doesn't matter what color skin you are. It doesn't matter if you're short, if you're tall, if you're flaca, gordita, rellenita, como le quieras decir. Todo en la vida es posible, mi querida gente. Créame que todo en la vida es posible. I'm going to tell you something else. In 1996, I started radio in 93. In 1996, I decided, because I've moved 25 times in my life, I decided to pick up with my daughter as a single mom to move to Ecuador. I was crazy. My mother and my father was like, ¿estás loca? ¿Cómo te vas a vivir al Ecuador si tú naciste aquí? Yo cogí mi hija, cogí mis motetes y me fui a la mitad del mundo. Porque I believed that there was something out there that I needed to do, and I wanted to be close again to my roots. So I quit. Back then it wasn't 93.1. Back then it was Suave 93. I quit that station. I picked up and I left. And I went with my daughter. I went over there with a dream, with a machine that had no idea that it was doing websites. Back then in 93, websites began. And I picked up. I didn't know anything about websites, but I was very good at talking. I became partners with someone in Ecuador, and we created the first. Which back then in 96, Yahoo started. In Ecuador, we created the first search engine that's called Bacan.com. It's crazy. So we were there and we started selling to everyone. While I'm jumping for a little bit, but while I was in Ecuador in 1997, I had the worst accident of my life. Sorry. But that accident changed my life. Sorry. You know, This is the first time that I talk about this in public. This is the first time I talk about this in public because as a woman, we're put under so much pressure that we have to look a certain way. We have to carry ourselves. We always have to carry ourselves the correct way. But there's always this pressure that women need to be beautiful and that we need to show our bodies and we need to sell our bodies. No, 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 no. 1997, February 13, 1997, I had the worst accident of my life. I was in a fire accident and I was in a hospital for 28 days. Thank God to my parents, thank God to I had great doctors. I was able to overcome scars that I had on my legs. But I was so young. I was only like 23, 24, and I thought my world came to the end. Because now I didn't want to show my legs. Now yo estaba complejada. But you know what? As you get older, you realize that doesn't mean anything. So girls, it doesn't matter, again, how your body is. Number one, you have to feel proud of who you are. Okay? And number two, never give up. Y nunca pensar que la vida se acaba cuando las desgracias ocurren. Mi querida gente, yo me he dado cuenta que de desgracias o de malas experiencias, que yo digo que no son malas experiencias, toda en la vida son experiencias para aprender. That made me stronger of the person who I am today. De sentirme más cómoda de mi cuerpo, de quién soy yo. Entonces, cambiando rapidito, me voy del Ecuador, me regreso para acá, porque mi querido socio, yo me hice socio de allá de un hombre venezolano, me dice, let's go back to New York City, because now that we were the #1 company that created a search engine in Ecuador, let's create a Latino search engine in the United States. 1997, nothing was here, so we come back. And here I'm excited because I quit radio, because again, I never thought I was going to do radio. So radio back then was not my passion back then. So in 97, when I come back with the idea that I'm going to create that company here in the United States. I send proposals to radio stations so I could do their websites. When I get my first call, it's like, hola, Gloria. Danny Ortiz from Radio Guado, Puerto Rican. Me dice, mira, negrita, vamos a sentarnos, vamos a conversar porque tengo algo bueno que conversar contigo. Here I'm thinking that he's going to give me my first job in website, in radio, in New York. When I go to Guado, me siento ahí y él viene y me dice, no, negrita, olvídate de eso. Vamos a hablar que te queremos de nuevo en la radio. And I'm like, really? And you know what? My life changed that day because everything, what God had in store for me, I was able to bring it out and discover it and make it my passion. So sometimes you think you want something and it's not what you're supposed to do. It's not meant what you're supposed to do. But never give up. Never give up on that dream. And I'm going to tell you one other thing. My dad adores me. I love my parents. And you know what? I know you guys are young. I was in your shoes. I was that age. And you always think that your parents, ay, ahí va mi mamá con la misma cantaleta. Ahí va mi papá diciendo lo mismo. Trust me, one day, and I'm pretty sure you guys heard this, one day when you guys have kids, you're going to be saying the same thing. And your kids are going to be telling you the same thing. How many times have you heard that? Raise your hand. Deja que tengan hijos para que ustedes vean que eso mismito va a pasar. And that's so true. That's so true. So my parents, my mother always supported me in all my craziness in my life. But my dad, he's more conservative. My father always thought que yo era una loca. Ay, que tú eres una loca. You want to do this and you want to do that. He did not support me when I moved to Ecuador. But sometimes when people don't support you, that doesn't mean that they don't love you. It just means that, you know what, they're afraid that you might not grow. They're afraid and they're very comfortable where they're at. But you gotta take chances in life, guys. You have to take chances. Because I took that chance. I moved to Ecuador. I met my business partner. I came back, and now here I am working for the #1 radio station, 93.1 Amor. So, no se me den por vencida. Una vez más. Another thing. Social media. Social media is great. We connect. We learn. Estamos chismoseando. But do not let social media take over your life. Do not let social media intimidate you. Do not let social media create this pressure in your life that if you don't get likes, if people don't follow you, you become, oh, what's going on? No. Social media is nice. I like social media. And I love Instagram and Snapchat and all that stuff. But that's not everything, guys. All right? Que Dios me los bendiga. Recuerda, hay que sentirse orgulloso de ser una mujer latina. Mujer latina. All right? No importa de qué país. Recuerden, el idioma muy importante. Nunca se me den por vencido. Be good to your parents. Be good to your brothers and sisters, guys, okay? Trust me, I've been there, so I know what I'm talking about. Y nada, y un aplauso también a todas las mujeres que son madres. Las admiro. Que Dios me las bendiga. Luchadoras, madres solteras, ejecutivas del hogar, como yo digo, porque a mí no me gusta hablar que amas de casa. Para mí son ejecutivas de su hogar. Así es que 1,000,000 de gracias. Que Dios me las bendiga. Y continuamos. Thank you.
Gracias, Gloria. Please follow her and listen to her because she's amazing. She always inspires me. Every time I'm stuck in traffic, I'm like, let me listen to Gloria. Gloria. We just have someone just walking, and he is the longest councilman holding this position in the state, and I believe also in United States. He's a legend and is our councilman at large, Luis Quintana. Let's welcome Luis Quintana. Luis Quintana, pase por aquí. Don't forget to fill out the paperwork if you want to volunteer in the event for the 8th.
Thank you so much. You know, I always tell a story that women mean a lot in my life. My mother was everything I had. As a little boy who was confronted with a woman who was battered, as a little boy trying to fight a man who, when I was 5 years old, who was abusive, a woman who came to Newark, New Jersey with a little 7-year-old, and that was me in 1967, the day of the riots. A woman who was illiterate in Spanish and in English, could not read or write in any language. They took advantage of my mom. And I want to say this today because it's very important about, I belong to an organization too at the National League of Cities that deal, and the name of the women's organization is WIMICH, Women in Municipal Government, of elected officials who are women. And I often tell them what role women need to play in our society. Not just giving a few jobs, but the ladies being in charge. How's that? That's right. Some may not want to hear that, but you know, women have to be in charge because they know, just like men, that they know what it takes. But I thank Jackie for gathering this event. I see Deputy Mayor Margarita Muñiz, who's also another lady who was always in the fight and, you know, with her group and different organizations that she belongs to. But to see the young ladies here today who are developing to be our future. You know what? The light, you're the light of our future. Latina women have more, we have to do more with Latina women in positions of elected positions, in robes, black robes, and judges. I see there's an author here of a book, and I'm dressed in pink just like your book. You said, hello, pink. I didn't know, but I'm here for this, to support what Deputy Mayor Jackie Quiles is doing. I want to commend you because it's a great job. To put this together is not easy. I see principals of schools here. Oh, I see you too. And I see the young ladies and everyone. You know, I'm very delighted. I told you my story, how a woman made me the man I am today. And I will never forget. And anytime I see abuse of women, I will not stand by it. I will not be a part of it. And I've been telling my Puerto Rican brothers and the Latino brothers and other brothers that you got to respect our sisters. And you got to treat them with respect. Okay? Because I see it often a lot. El machismo, yo primero, ella después. You know, that's not working, and that can't work. So I want to say to you, all of the ladies here today, that we must empower you. And you know, the word empower means a lot to me. And you know, when I see the reflection, I think of my mother. I often do that. If I have a mentor in life, it was a woman, and again. In the history of the Puerto Rican women, I had the opportunity to meet one of the greatest women that I have ever met in my life, Doña Felisa Rincón de Gautier. And you know, when I met this lady in her house, she told me a story, how she made the first governor of Puerto Rico to be elected, Don Luis Muñoz Marín. She said it took a woman to get him elected, the first, okay? And she was right. Por eso, las mujeres sur y centroamericanas, latina y puertorriqueña, dominicana y cubana, vamos a seguir trabajando con ustedes, luchando con ustedes, de mano a mano, brazo a brazo, para hasta que lleguemos a nuestra meta, que la mujer tiene un sitio, que la mujer va a llegar, que va a ser presidenta de los Estados Unidos, que va a ser todo, que va a ser gobernadora, que va a ser lo que sea, y tenemos que estar seguros de eso. Aquellas mujeres como mi mamá que fueron abusivas, yo hoy soy testigo de que las mujeres, para mí, es el centro de todo. Primero Dios y después las mujeres, porque mi madre es el reflejo de todos ustedes. Que Dios les bendiga y gracias.
Thank you, Councilman. And that's why we have the mural Las Heroínas. Felisa Rincón de Gautier also inspired me. So we have a beautiful mural in Broadway and Herbie. If you haven't had a chance to see this mural of inspiring Latinas, you must stop by and see it. It's beautiful. Bueno, vamos a seguir con el programa. Tenemos a tantas mujeres aquí poderosas y tantas mujeres que a la verdad han puesto el nombre de todos los latinos en alto. So at this time, I'm going to ask, we also have here, we want to acknowledge Elizabeth Llorentes from Fox News Latino. Let's hear it from her. At this time, I want you to welcome to the podium Lourdes Cortez. She is the President and Chief Executive Officer for North Jersey Federal Credit Union in the state of New Jersey with over 223 million in assets and branches in Totowa, Newark, Patterson, and Elwood Park. Please welcome Lourdes Cortez.
How's everybody doing today? Good afternoon. Unfortunately, I'm not a public speaker, so I'm not going to be as exciting as Gloria B. and Calidad, but I was given the task to talk about my Latina roots. As Jacqueline said, I am the president and the CEO for North Jersey Federal Credit Union. I was one of the first Latinas named as the CEO in the state of New Jersey. So to me, this is such an honor and a privilege to stand in front of you enfrente de tantas mujeres bellas y intelectual. So it is a great honor for me to sit here with you all and to talk about my background. I was born and raised in the city of Patterson over 50 plus years. My parents migrated from the beautiful Isla Puerto Rico. My parents were from Manatí and Vega Baja. I see we have some Manatí and Vega Baja people in the audience. Awesome. I am one of 5 children. I have an older brother that's 9 years older than me, and I have triplet sisters, one of the first triplets to be born in the city of Patterson. I guess that set the stage for me. You know, trying to manage 3 girls that were just 2 years younger than me. You think that is challenging? I don't know how my mother did it trying to manage all 5 of us. But it was a great experience. And so, you know, growing up in a house of 5 and coming from a middle-class household, it wasn't always easy. We didn't always have everything at our hands. You know, I realized that I was poor when I started going to school, when I realized that other kids in my classroom had more than 1 pair of shoes. I had all the hand-me-downs. But I was lucky. I always had 3 pairs of shoes because my triplet sisters were bigger than I, so they wore sizes that were bigger. So I always had 3 pairs of shoes, 3 pair of dresses, 3 pair of coats. They were used, but you know, that's how I grew up. So let me just fast forward. So I graduated high school in 1980, and I was so gung-ho about going to the next level, went and applied to different colleges and universities, and unfortunately, I didn't realize that my parents had not planned for me to go to college. They did offer, and my brother did go to Rutgers University, but after graduation, I realized that my parents thought that it was a waste of time to pay for my college. And I have to tell you that it was a shock for me, but it did not stop me. My parents weren't bad parents. They were just from the old school. They thought I would be married, and they would be wasting their money in giving me that college education. So what I had to do was work 2 jobs and put myself through college in order to further my education. So in 1984, I got the opportunity to work at the credit union. Back then it was called the Passaic County Teachers Credit Union in 1984. I started there as a teller. In 2004, between 2004 and 2005, my life changed. Number 1, I am the mother of 3 kids, but at 42, I found out that I was pregnant, thinking the last thing I thought was that I was expecting, unfortunately. If my oldest is 37, my middle one is 23, and my youngest is 14. You get it? I wasn't one to get pregnant very easily. So in 2004, I was expecting my 3rd child. In 2005, I got nominated by my board to become the president and the CEO. Mind you, I started there as a teller, but I worked in every department except accounting. But it really helped me understand the business, and it really gave me the drive to continue to move up the ladder and educate myself. I can't emphasize enough how important it is for you to get your education, guys. That is the best gift a parent can give their child, but it's also the best gift that you could give yourself. So as I got nominated and I became the president and the CEO, I also was going through a divorce. So it was a challenging time for me. It was exciting. It was kind of bittersweet. But to make the long story short, I did eventually get divorced. I started running this credit union. And when you become part of that C-level, you'll realize that, this is what I realized. You know, I managed a number of departments, managed a number of people. But when you get to that C-level and you have 85 employees that you're responsible for, 30,000 members that you're responsible for, it could be intimidating. It could really be intimidating. So, you know, it was a challenge because you can't manage a credit union or run a business as you would managing a department. So I did go through some bad experiences, but I was lucky enough to surround myself with great mentors, people that were in running bigger credit unions. I made sure that I partnered with them and really educated myself about how to manage people. And that's really important. So I want to make sure that I didn't forget some things that I had written where I felt was really important to share with you guys. And I will, some of the points, as I said before, is getting your education. That is key. Believe in yourself. By believing yourself, you can build confidence. Surround yourself with positive people, and it will also help you build your confidence level. And by positive influence, you will help to elevate yourself and encourage that I can do attitude. So I'll leave you with two quotes. Here we go. Business success, I attribute to having the right people on my team. It's okay if they know more than you. Know who to listen. And then, what is leadership? Leadership is the art of getting someone else to do something you want done because he or she wants to do it, by Dwight Eisenhower. In conclusion, always remember, a positive attitude will lead to positive outcomes. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for dealing. I can't compete with these women. They're professionals at getting up here. So I hope you have some takeaways. God bless.
Thank you, thank you. Before we continue to the program, I want to welcome once again our lovely, lovely Senator Teresa Ruiz and Assemblywoman Pinto. Please let's welcome our Senator, Teresa Ruiz. Oh, she's here.
So sorry I had to step out, but sometimes the schedules run into another, so we figured we would go over to St. Michael's, who was celebrating 150 years, and then come back. I want to first join all of you in giving a round of applause to Mayor Ros Baraka and Deputy Mayor Jacqueline Quiles for putting together this event. If my memory recalls right, the first one was on the rooftop. I was part of the panel discussion. It was very warm. There were about 100 plus women. I think and last year I couldn't come because my phone reminded me today that I was in the hospital with my baby still because she was born this week. So I had a good reason to miss last year's event. But I think what's most important from being a guest who has participated is that we have the next generation of Newark leaders in the room, and it is so beautiful to see all the young women from our Newark public schools. We are proud of you, we support you, we encourage you. When someone tells you you're from Newark and gives you that kind of sideways face, fluff your feathers, pound your chest and say, yes, I'm from Brick City. And something about bricks, you can never tear us down. To all of the organizations that made today possible, thank you for your contribution. As you know, government can't do it alone. It's a collective that gets us to the future. When we think about what we're going through in this country prior to the natural disasters that's faced many of our homelands, we think about a time that seems unsteady for women. Last year, after giving birth to the baby, who I labored her during the first debate, I started pushing at 9 o'clock. Trump and Hillary Clinton took the stage. I watched the debate, I pushed, she came out at the end, and I looked at her and I said, you're gonna be born in one of the greatest times in history because we're gonna have a woman as the first president of the United States. And when it didn't happen, we were all devastated. And I felt like I had let her down. But it's opportunities like today that continues to remind us that things always happen for a reason. It happens to remind us that women have to be together, that we have to get stronger, that we have to support each other. And it doesn't matter who you are, what title you hold, that if you touch a young life, a young student, a woman in high school, a struggling mom, a grandparent who's taking care of their grandchildren, if you just guide them for one moment, then you're making this world a better place. So to the Deputy Mayor, thank you for your efforts. I even love, see, I take note of everything. She even has a female DJ. Just saying, I noticed everything. Women for women, women empowering women. During this mes de la herencia latina, siempre sabemos que si quiere algo hecho bien, lo tiene que ser una mujer. And I'll close by saying the following thing, which I love. When God created man, you know they always say God created man first, right? You always have to have a rough draft before you create the masterpiece. Congratulations to all of you.
Thanks, Teresa. Now I have to follow you. I just want to say good morning. It's actually lunchtime, so good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you. So I just wanted to say I am Senator Teresa Ruiz's assembly-mate, and I represent District 29. We both represent almost all of Newark and Belleville. So let me tell you a little bit of a story. Teresa told you about how we're supposed to stay together, stay united. So I was fortunate enough that when I first ran, I had someone that I looked up to. I had a woman that took me under her wing, and she showed me around, and she taught me the ins and outs of the State House. But let me tell you, we're not the many there. So if there's anything that you ever think that you can't do, look at us. We're the first Democratic female women that represent an all-women ticket. I look at your faces. I have a little 5-year-old and a 1.5-year-old, and I pray that they never get as big as you guys are. But I know that she will. And the things that I'm trying to teach them right now is, you're different, that's good. It's good to be different. What did somebody say about you? No, I think they needed glasses because I think you're beautiful. And I think that those are things that you need to remember. It's good to be different. It's good to look different. It's good to think different. And it's good to be a nerd. So if there's anything that I can leave here today by telling you, remember that we're stronger together, we're stronger united, and that there's nobody that can stop a woman when she's on her way. So enjoy yourselves. Jacqueline, thank you for always inviting us. Thank you to the mayor and to everyone here today. Thank you.
Ahí tenemos tremenda representación. Let's hear it again for our Senator Teresa Ruiz and Assemblywoman Pinto. We are so blessed to have her here in our city. And at this time, I want everyone to please welcome Reverend Enid M. Almanzar. She's the director of the Metro Ministry Mobilization of the American Bible Society, a history nonprofit dedicated to bring God's word to over 145 countries. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome once again Reverend Enid M. Almanzar.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here today. Now, I know you ladies have been sitting for a long time, so I'm not going to keep you for long. I don't have any earth-shattering epiphanies, any groundbreaking ideas that I'm sharing with you today. I'm simply here to remind you of who you are. See, this room is filled with an army of courageous women. Strong women, bold women, brave women. Now, I know you're probably looking around saying, who am I talking to? I am talking to you. And our nation needs an army of women just like you who are unafraid to let their voices rise, who are unafraid to let their light shine, who are unafraid to speak truth to situations of injustice. Women who aren't afraid to do what's right, to love mercy, and to walk humbly. Courageous women who refuse to let society detain their spirit, diminish their contributions, or define who they are. They don't have that much power. Courageous women who would be bold enough, scandalous enough to rise up and be who God created them to be. Do we have any courageous women in the house? Come on, y'all. Do we have any courageous women in the house? I'm here to remind you that regardless of your socioeconomic situation, regardless of where you were raised, regardless of your legal status or where you are in your education, you were created in the Imago Dei, the perfect and beautiful image of God. Yes, you were. Every single one of you. Now, the challenge that we all have to face is that from time to time, there are people that come across our paths that try to stifle that try to tell us differently. Although we see so many beautiful women that got up here today and you see pictures of success, I'm here to tell you that behind the scenes, there's some real struggles. I myself was born in Yabucoa, Puerto Rico. Many of you guys have heard that in the news because that's where Hurricane Maria made landfall. And so growing up there, things were very different than they were here. I was born with a very serious congenital heart disorder, and my mom had to struggle and figure out how she was gonna take care of me. And so she did what so many other parents do. She came to the United States searching for a better life. And my dad did not come. So my mom was both mommy and papi. And being raised by a single mother was difficult. We grew up in the projects, and there was times that my refrigerator was empty. There was times that family members had to come by and bring us compra, bring us groceries because we were struggling. And so when my mom would tell me day after day, mija, you could be whatever you want. You can grow up and be anything you want. I'll be honest with you. I didn't see how that was possible. Because my reality was so glaringly different. My reality was filled with everything but possibility. And then growing up, my mother moved on. And I got a new father figure. And that father was something worse than absent. He was addicted to perico. He was addicted to cocaine. He was a gambler. He was addicted to alcohol. And he had anger issues that I began to notice as he verbally and physically abused my mother. And so I remember the sounds of my mother's muffled cries in the next room as she tried to take her beatings quietly. I remember having to sing to my brother and my sister so they wouldn't hear what was happening in the room next door. I remember the irate and hurtful words that this man would use to demean and control my mother. I remember the incestuous looks that I got as an adolescent girl and wanting to escape my apartment because it felt so much like a prison. And so by all definitions, ladies, I should not be here today because I had all the makings of becoming a statistic. That was the route that I was on my way to. But it was the love of God and a community of faith that came around me and allowed me to break the chains and free myself from the prisons of anger and hate. It was that pain that allowed me to discover the courageous woman that was deep down inside of me. So the pain that you're going through right now is gonna help you discover a gift that's hidden deep down inside of you, a strength that you didn't know you had. See, what should have broken me was the fuel that kept me moving forward, that gave me the determination to achieve higher and higher. See, I was the first in my family to go to and graduate from college. I was the first in my family to pursue a professional career, and by the grace of God, I was the first in my family to achieve the American dream and purchase a home. Why? Because I was able to release the courageous woman inside of me. And that's what I challenge each and every one of you ladies to do today. It's in there. She's in there. She is in there. You just gotta let her out. And I'll be honest with you, as polished and put together as we all look, it's hard being a woman in leadership. I'll be honest with you, because sometimes you think you have to fit into a certain mold of what success should look like. So I remember when I began my journey with American Bible Society, I remember thinking that I had to dress a certain way, and I had to talk a certain way, and I had to hang out with certain people in order to move up the corporate ladder. And what I did is I began to deny my Hispanicity. And one day it dawned upon me, God did not make a mistake when He created me. He knew exactly what He was doing. He knew that He was creating a spicy New Yorican from the Lower East Side of Manhattan. He knew that the person He was created would not prefer to speak in English, would not prefer to speak in Spanish, would prefer to speak in Spanglish. It's okay, guys. He knew that the person He was creating had only 1 decibel level to her voice, loud, and maybe a second louder. He knew that in my blood there would be coursing Bustelo, and that in my heart would be an Afro-Cuban rhythm. He knew who He was creating. And it was only when I began to accept, only when I began to celebrate what He created, that things changed. We need to celebrate what God has created us to be. And then the doors began to open at work. I was invited to launch a Spanish language marketing campaign that ended up going multinational. And we had the opportunity to work with sports figures like Mariano Rivera, like Juan Luis Guerra, and other folks that were encouraging people to read the Bible. And because I was one of the only Latinas on staff, I was sent to meetings and asked to travel and represent the company in places that other people could not. And so what I once saw as a liability, my culture, became a key that opened many, many doors. And so what we're running away from, God has given us on purpose. And so I want to leave you with just a few nuggets as I close that have helped me in my journey that may help you as you unlock the courageous woman inside of you. First, you have to be ferociously fervent. Turn to your neighbor and say, you got to be ferociously fervent. In everything you do, you have to do it with passion. Allow the intensity of who you are to shine. Like the mayor said, don't mute, don't minimize, don't dull who you are because of someone else's insecurities. That's their problem, not yours. See, when the sun shines and gets into somebody's eyes, does the sun stop shining? No. The person puts on sunglasses. So you need to shine so bright, be so brilliant that you force people to put sunglasses on. Don't change who you are, shine brightly. The second thing I want you to remember is that you have to be fantastically fearless. Turn to your neighbor and say, fantastically fearless. Don't allow fear to paralyze you. Move forward with boldness, confidence, and resolve, especially when opportunity comes knocking on your door. Don't be afraid. Don't second guess yourself. Move forward in confidence. And then finally, be firmly faithful. Turn to your other neighbor, say, you got to be firmly faithful. No matter the circumstances, you have to be steadfast, you have to be determined, and you have to be resolute. Don't be swayed, don't be discouraged, don't be shifted by the hurricanes or the haters. They ain't got nothing on you. Ladies, we have warrior blood coursing through our veins. Our mothers, our grandmothers, our great-grandmothers endured oppressive paradigms in their day to build the foundations that we now stand on. It is now time for a new generation to rise up, a new generation of courageous women to take their place. We need the voices of the courageous Latinas in this room to be heard throughout the marketplace, to be heard throughout the government, to be heard throughout the social sector and beyond. That is you. That is you. That is you. So I challenge you today, courageous woman, it's time to rise up. Thank you.
Let's hear it once again for Reverend Enid M. Armanzar. Oh my God, that was my phone. At this time, I have the honor to bring to the podium, well, she don't want to come to the podium, she wants to talk with you guys. She is blessed to have 2 countries in her veins. She's from Peru. ¿Hay peruanas aquí? And she's also Puerto Rican. Councilwoman at large, Maritza Dávila. I also look up to her. She's a strong Latina from Patterson. I follow her. And that's another thing. If you're going to follow somebody, follow powerful Latinas. Her name is Maritza Dávila. Thank you, Maritza.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Deputy Mayor. Thank you. I'm going to do something different. So if you don't mind, I feel like I'm far away from you guys, so I'm going to the middle. Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Thank you, Mayor Ras Baraka, everyone here today, to all the honorees, the guests here. It's such enlightening and such a pleasure to be amongst great women. Yes, my name is Maritza Davila, and I am a councilwoman at large in the city of Patterson. I'm the first Latina to have been elected to the council at large seat. And yes, I am Boricua peruana. Mi mamá era de San Sebastián del Pepino, que en paz descanse, murió hace 2 años. Y mi papá era peruano de Barranca, murió hace 1 año. Tengo un hijo de 18 años, pero ahora yo le voy a decir cómo yo llegué a donde yo estoy hoy. Antes que nada, por la gracia de Dios, the grace of God, I am here. I am the youngest of 4, and the first as well to go to college and get a college degree and a higher education degree as well. I have a master's degree. It was very hard growing up in Patterson. It's still hard to be in Patterson. Any of you that have been hearing what's been going on, it's a little crazy. But growing up in Patterson to a single mom with 4 children, it was challenging. But my mom, very humble, because I've identified with every speaker here today, every last one. When La Bruja was leaving, I went up and I gave her a hug. And I said, your poetry, everything you said is my life. So I know that every young lady in here will probably understand some of the things that I'm gonna say today. And yes, we women are emotional. And it's okay to be emotional when need be. Now don't get it twisted now. It is not a sign of weakness. It is that women, we have compassion. Men, we love you too. I know there's a few here. But the reality is, just like the senator said, I mean, we're a masterpiece. But grew up very poor, very poor. Our house burned down when I was 6 years old. And that is when I died. You know why I say that? Because that is when I saw reality. At the age of 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, sleeping in a bed with 2 sisters. I have 2 sisters and a brother. So the brother, the male, had to have his own bed. 2 beds, and my mother, obviously, her own room. And when that house burned down, my mother had to, unfortunately, being a single mom, had to go seek for help. But she was a Christian woman. Now, she wasn't before the house burnt down. So when she became Christian, we were in church and uno no miente. Uno tiene que decir la verdad. And guess what? For years, we struggled not to have food on our table, not to have light and gas, to come home to do homework early, because once that darkness came in, there was no light at home but a candle. I'm not making none of this up. I say this because you know what? It made me stronger. It made me appreciate who that mother was. It made me love God even more, because by the grace of God, I am here. So, it wasn't a pity party. Oh, let me go ahead and hit the streets. I could have done that. I could have. But my mother always said, you know what? You're not your circumstance. None of you are. I wish that I could do more. So it was church, education, church, education. So it was church, school, home, church, school, home. She would say, we're poor, but we're clean. We're humble, and we're honest people. And education will be the key to success. You all, my children, please, no me miren a mí. Yo no soy un ejemplo bueno. And you know what? She's the best example of a woman that I could have ever had. She didn't have to have those degrees. She had the degree of life. El grado de vida. De la manera que dio ella también a los 15 años casarse en Puerto Rico. A los 20 años tener 4 hijos. Venir a la ciudad de Patterson. Venir a la ciudad de Patterson. Ando un hombre la dejó. Ella se pudiese haber convertido una mujer de la calle, but she didn't. She was the best that she could be. And she always said it. Education is the key to success. You don't have to have all degrees though. Find your passion. Find what moves you. You know what moves me? Someone say it. What moves me? What do you think moves me? God? Absolutely. But there's something else that moves me. What do you think that moves me? Just say something. I'm sorry? My spirit? Good. You know what I'm looking for? You know what moves me? Say it. Oh, my son does move me. Oh, he really moves me. He's 18 and he's a male. And I'm a single mom. Anybody understand that? Anyway, you know what moves me? People. People. People move me. I thank God to have the opportunity that mother raised me in a church where it was important, again, being humble, but to volunteer, to understand what homelessness was, to understand what being hungry was. So as the years went by and my sisters went off to get married and have their own family, because mommy was rajatabla. Rajatabla, you know what I'm saying? Anybody that knows that Puerto Rican mom, she was amazing. So my sisters decided to graduate high school and get married at the age of 18 and 19 and have their homes con velo y corona, señores, because that's the way we had to leave home. Velo y corona. But I didn't want that. I didn't. So when you have a dream, think about what moves you and what you want. There was one dream I had growing up, and that was to have my own bed. And guess what I did, young ladies? My first job with working papers at the age of 14, I became a cashier at a supermarket. And I saved up my money, and every check I gave to my mother, I got paid $3 an hour. Yes, I'm 46 and loving it. $3 an hour when I was 14. But I raised enough money to go to El Dorado, which was a furniture store in downtown Patterson on Market Street, which today is my office. Okay, today is my office, not a furniture store. I am a college administrator, okay? I am the assistant director of Passaic County Community College. And I've been there for 24 years. But guess what? I bought that bed. I bought that bed, but that vision of what type of bed, who here can tell me what type of bed do you think I wanted? What type? What type of bed do you think I wanted? Queen? I wasn't thinking about queen. But that would be, who said it? What did you say? Say it. Say it loud.
A canopy bed.
Yes. Now, young ladies, do you know what a canopy bed is? I knew you wouldn't, but you did because you must be around my way. My time, right? A canopy bed. In your terms today, that is a princess bed. Okay? The one with the curtain at the top and the sides. So guess what? $300, I get the bed. My mother was a member of Finger Huts. I was looking through the books and I found the shams and the ruffle and the comforter and everything. But guess what? I dreamed it. Because you have to dream. You have to believe to achieve. You hear me? The ABCs. Achieve, believe, conceive. And I believed it and I got it. But it was through hard work. So I say that all to say, today there's been many messages here. Education, your key to success. Continue to be humble. Find and surround yourself around those individuals that are going to make you grow. Don't go into the packs, oh, let me be the best. Because guess what? If you're the best in your group, you're not learning, you're not growing. You must always attach yourself to what's better. Every day, I'm 46, I said it, and I'm proud to say it. People say, why are you always with older people? Wisdom. It doesn't necessarily mean, though, because I have been touched by younger adults. I've been touched by children. And you see, no one here knows nobody's reality and why someone may say, why are you frowning today? You don't know what the hurt, you don't know what's happening. And I will say that I believe someone said here in the panel today, we got our good days and we have our bad days. And that's okay. It's what you make of it. So today I thank Mayor Quiles. Jackie, thank you so much. I came here to share my story, to tell you that whatever you want, you can do. Today, I'm going to be going into a very difficult meeting, but I'm going to stand strong. And even if I stand alone, I am going to do what I believe is the right thing. So all of you, stand up. Praise other women. Don't bring other women down. It's okay if you're black, white, yellow, green, gordita, flaquita, pelo así, pelo asá, pelo pintado. It does not matter. Let's respect one another. Let's raise, let's uplift each one, okay? Let's teach one, because guess what? Everyone here can teach something to someone. Thank you so much. God bless you all. To all you wonderful ladies, que viva la mujer latina. Thank you.
Thank you, Marisa. Didn't I tell you, these ladies are so powerful. And I'm so happy because now we have a well-respected morning news anchor from Noticias 41 Al Despertar. She is native from Santiago de los Caballeros, Dominican Republic. And ladies and gentlemen, she's a Jersey girl also from Patterson, New Jersey. Let's welcome, porque sé que todas la conocemos, porque es súper famosa, de Noticias 41, Marijoel Durán.
Oh my God, what a great crowd. I love it. ¿Cómo están? I love it. Latinas in action, right? Oh my God, I love this. I love this. Anyone from Patterson here? We're a few, but you know what? I'm so proud to be a Pattersonian. You too? I was raised in Patterson, New Jersey, because I was born in Dominican Republic in Santiago de los Caballeros. I'm so proud of. And you know what? When you say Latina, that's a very serious word, because Latinas, we are unique. Como dicen por ahí, eres Latina, eres única, eres maravillosa. And I love it. And the most important thing is that we have to hold hands, okay? We cannot criticize each other or bombard each other. Tenemos que agarrarnos de las manos y juntas fortalecernos, juntas crecer para poder empoderarnos, para poder llegar y seguir cumpliendo metas. Porque nosotras las latinas hemos llegado a romper barreras, hemos llegado a puntos inimaginables. Miren Sonia Sotomayor donde está, ¿verdad? Esas son mujeres de poder, mujeres de ejemplo. Powerful women. We should be inspired by each other. And instead of criticizing each other, we should put a crown on each other. Not when they write me on Facebook, oh my God. You don't know what they tell me? They even talk about my hair. And then I say, does this lady really have time to talk about my hair? When I just woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning to give her great news and bad news, she should be commenting about that, not about my hair. Yes, I do have bad days like everybody. I do have bad hair day, a lot of them. But I wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning and I smile because I want you and you and you or anyone that is looking at me to have a smile too, because I struggle too. You never know if that morning that you're criticizing me, that morning I had a very bad day. You never know, right? Because we always have to show a good face on camera, always. It doesn't matter how I feel, nobody cares. My job is to give you the news and to make you happy and to tell you every morning, buenos días, es viernes, aunque yo no quiera sonreír esa mañana. Me encanta ver los logros que hemos tenido en esta nación. Una nación que nos ha abierto las puertas a los latinos. Una nación que debemos de querer. And all you young ladies here, please go to college. You have to go to college. More women than men graduate from college. Why? Because we need more male mentors. I just read a report coming over here that 63% of women that graduate, of people that graduate from college in the Dominican Republic are women. 63% are women. So we want that to be equal, not only in the Dominican Republic, but here in the United States. I have a son, and he's in college now. And I always tell him, we need to be educated. We do not want to be statistics. Follow your dreams. Believe me, you're going to have time for the boyfriends. Leave that for last. Los novios vienen. Eso es lo que menos ustedes deben de preocuparse. Do not worry about being popular in school. Believe me, I went to Eastside High School in Patterson. You seen the movie Lean on Me? I wasn't popular at all. I didn't even think that a lot of my students, well, a lot of my friends that went to school with me, sometimes I felt that they never even realized that I existed in the classroom. I was never known. I was never popular. No guys liked me. I have a very bad acne problem back then. But guess who's so popular now? Right? Yes, don't worry about being popular in school, about being accepted. Be you, be unique. Follow your dreams. That's what you have to do. No one, I'm telling you, I felt invisible when I used to go to high school. I said, why? Why nobody likes me? The boys, of course. Why am I not attracted to them? I was so shy that when my teacher used to tell me, Mary Joy, it's time for you to read, I used to start crying because I didn't want to go in front of the class and read. I was so shy. And I had a very poor self-esteem because since I used to see that no one accepted me, that I didn't have no friends. I only had one friend. And I remember that a lot of people used to bully us, a lot of the students. And who knew that shy, unpopular girl will become a news anchor one day? When my teachers see me, I always visit my teachers. They say, I can't believe it. You couldn't even read in class. You used to cry when we tell you to read in class. It took a lot. It took a lot to come out of that shyness. It took a lot to believe in myself. It took a lot to understand that you don't have to be popular, that you don't have to have the perfect body or the perfect hair or to be Miss Teen or something. You just need to be you. That's all you need to be, you. And I want each and one of you young girls that are here today to please believe in yourself. I have a daughter, and I made sure that every day I would tell her how important she is because she had a problem in school. She was bullied a lot because her teeth were crooked, or when she put the braces on, there was another problem. But I make sure that she knows that she's beautiful. Because you don't only need to be beautiful outside. That's the least of the thing. You need to be beautiful inside. You need to be proud that you are Latina. You need to be proud that you are Hispanic. You need to be proud that you come from Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Peru, Mexico. You need to be proud that you are bilingual, that you speak Spanish, because that's what makes us unique. I mean, I've been in this country more than 40 years, and my Spanish is better than my English, but I'm bilingual. And I am so proud to say that I'm from the Dominican Republic, that my parents come from this poor little tiny town with no water and electricity. But who cares? Look who I am today. I graduated from college last year. And I used to feel so ashamed that I couldn't go to college. But I said, I'm gonna make it. And I think I was the oldest one. But I graduated last year of Fairleigh Dickinson University, 3.7. And I wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning every day. So you don't have any excuse not to go to college. Any excuse, no one. You have to go to college. You have to prepare yourself. And we have to keep opening doors for other women. A lot of women already opened doors for us. Let's open more doors. And I want all of you girls that are here to please, if you haven't think about college, do it today. Go to school. Como yo le digo a mi hija, cómete el mundo. My daughter is 27 years old. And I always tell her, you're so beautiful, you're young. You're going to regret if you don't try to do anything when you be my age. Cómanse en el mundo. Vayan a la escuela, supérense. Logren lo que sus padres no lograron. Porque ustedes son únicas, ustedes son maravillosas, son preciosas. Y eso es lo más importante. So please, every day, if you have a son, if you have a daughter, talk to them. Have a great communication with them. Tell them every day how important they are and how important it is for them to educate themselves. And if you don't have money, tell them to take loans. Yeah, they're going to be in debt, but who cares? Who cares if you be in debt? It is the best investment that I have ever done, to send my daughter to college, to send my son to college, to go to college. And I'm starting my master's degree in January, okay? And I'm almost 50. So you can do it. And you girls are so special. Just the fact that you're here today, that you care to be here today, that makes you special. So take advantage of all these wonderful women that came here today to give them your speech, to give you the experience. So you can take a little bit of that knowledge, of that experience, and take it home and say, wow, she grew up in Patterson and she did it, I can do it. She came from Puerto Rico, from Brooklyn, from Bronx, I can do it. It takes a lot of sacrifice, but it's worth it. It's worth it when you reach your goal. So dream big. Dream big. Thank you so much. Thank you. Nos vemos a las 5 de la mañana, okay? Thank you for the invitation. I am so honored to be here with you and sharing with all these wonderful women. So happy to see you, Gloria.
Stay here, and I'm going to ask all the ladies to please come forward, all the panelists. I'm also going to ask Dr. Yolanda Mendez, Maria Ortiz from Luis Muñoz Marin, where's she at? To come forward, Lisette Morales, Cristo Rosa, Maribel Santo, Tiffany, Joanna, Hazel, Burgos, Mattel says she's here, Lidia, todas las voluntarias que estaban aquí. Voy a pedirle a la autora del libro que por favor pase por acá también. You guys all receive a great book. Help me with this. Michelle Galvez, please come forward. I'm going to read one of the certificates, and then they all say the same thing. Michelle, our talented singer, And this certificate of appreciation is for Michelle Gaves for the Latina Empowerment Brunch 2017, in recognition of your hard work, loyalty, and dedication to the Latina American community and the city of Newark. Thank you on behalf of Mayor Ross Baraka, presented on September 29, 2017, signed by our great mayor of the city of Newark and the Office of Community Engagement, Deputy Mayor Jacqueline Quiles. Mylene Colon from Horizon. That's Marlene from our great sponsor, Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield. Please come forward. Mari Joel Duran. Lourdes Cortez. Lourdes Cortez. Oh. Reverend Enid Almalzar. Caridad de la Cruz. I'm going to go to New York and give it to her. Sheila Zavara. ¿Está por aquí? Gloria B por 93.1. Maritza Dávila. ¿Se me quedó alguien? No, nadie. Oh, pasa por aquí. Voy a pedirle a... Ella es la autora de este libro que todas ustedes recibieron, así que vamos a dejarla con unas palabras.
Hi, just wanted to say really quickly, thank you so much. I was able to give away 200 books. My initiative is to give away 1,000 books to 1,000 single moms. So you're not a single mom, but you know what? I want you to read the book. If you want to give it away to a single mom, that's my heart. I want to encourage single moms. But if you want to hold on to it, you can do that too. Whatever your heart tells you. And you may think that, okay, this is a book about a single mom. How am I going to relate to it? I gave away a lot of books to young girls. But it's about choices. You know, I made a choice to marry a man who left me, a single mom with a 1- and 2-year-old. They're 8 and 9 now. But I also had to make a choice to counteract that bad choice. You got to keep making those choices. And it's going to shape your life. But you can just keep making those better choices. I chose to let go of my pain so I could hold my children. I chose when they said, you know what, you're a single mom, that's just the life of a single mom. I felt overwhelmed. They're like, that's just the life of a single mom. I said, you know what, it's not my life. And I'm gonna choose to make it better. And I wrote several books. I won the International Latino Book Award. And you know what, that's not to say that I don't still struggle and that I don't still have to make choices. All my choices continue to shape my life, but I just want to encourage you to just make those choices that are going to continue to bring you forward and never give up. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's take a picture real fast here with my 5 fast Latinas.